Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of It's the Little Things. This is a series that is going to highlight good movies that could have been great or good movies that maybe shouldn't even exist if you just pay attention to this one thing. It kind of unravels the movie. I like noticing, really small details in movies that make really big changes. So this series is going to highlight that. I think the goal of this series is to get more people to notice these little things when they're watching these movies, and maybe even eventually just have movies be better in general. When these people are writing, just have them think of more. If you're a writer out there, hopefully this helps you think of more angles and helps you clean up your writing and make sure you think of every scenario so your movie makes as much sense as possible. So, welcome. It's the Little Things. So our first episode will focus on the unnecessary princess or chief of Disney, Moana. Now, when watching Moana, there's actually two big glaring things that jump out to me that we're going to go over today. Now, in the future, It's the Little Things will only cover one thing per episode, but seeing as this is the first episode, I'm going to go ahead and start it off with, two things in one, and they're both in Moana, so we'll go ahead and cover that today. When I first watched Moana, I thought her dad making her chief so young was kind of weird because he was still so young and had so much time where he could have been chief still, and him forcing her to be chief so quickly seemed kind of unnecessary. But that word unnecessary goes well with Moana because the whole movie itself is actually unnecessary. So the plot of Moana is that the ocean is starting to die and the life inside the ocean is starting to die, and her village is no longer going to be able to survive, and so she has to take the heart of the ocean of Te-Fiti back to her to restore balance to the ocean and start making things just have a better quality of life. She has to go and get Maui's help to do this because he's the demigod who took it away in the first place, and she's going to need his help to get past Taka, who's an evil monster trying to destroy life in the ocean, and she needs Maui's help basically to get past Taka, return the heart, and restore balance to the ocean. So that's the plot of the movie. Now, when Moana is just a baby, the ocean actually brings the heart of Te-Fiti to her. This is the process of the ocean actually choosing her to, take on this mission because she's worthy and that she will actually be able to, restore the heart and make everything okay. She helps this little turtle get to the ocean, and when she does, the water starts surrounding her and playing with her, and then, right before her dad comes, gives her the heart of Te-Fiti. Not until she's older and things start dying does she realize she actually does have to go and take this heart back and realize that she is the chosen one and get the confidence to go and do that. Now, throughout the movie, instead of just giving her the heart, the ocean plays a much bigger part in helping her restore the heart to Te-Fiti. There's times when Maui will straight up throw Moana off the boat. Maui tries to steer her boat. Her rooster Hey falls off the boat on their missions, and every time the ocean's there to help. The ocean's there to help Moana when Maui tries to steal her boat. The ocean's there when Maui actually throws her off the boat. It'll bring her back. The ocean even throws a blow dart into Maui's butt. And every time Hey falls off, the ocean's there to save Hey and bring him back on the boat and even put him in that little cubby. Now, once you focus in and realize how much interaction the ocean has in this movie and in the world, it's almost like its own physical thing, and it can actually physically interact and grab things and move things in the movie. Now, when you take that into consideration, you have to wonder, why did the ocean choose Moana? Why did the ocean even bring the heart of Te-Fiti to Moana? When in reality, the ocean really could have just moved the heart to Te-Fiti. The ocean could have restored the heart of Te-Fiti to Te-Fiti by itself. The ocean doesn't even need anyone's help. It can literally move things and, follow along the whole entire ocean. It is the ocean. So I don't understand why giving the heart away makes sense at all. And on top of that, the ocean actually wastes 15 years of damage because it gives the heart to Moana when she's a baby. She doesn't actually decide to start, doing the mission until she's like 16 years old. So all throughout that 15-year period, things are just getting worse and more life is dying, and Taka is doing more and more damage. Why didn't the ocean just straight up move the heart to Te Fiti in the first place? It obviously has the power to do it. When you think about that, you really realize that the movie Moana is unnecessary and that the ocean really could have just restored the heart to Te Fiti itself from the very beginning. Very puzzling. Now, if you can actually get past the fact that the movie Moana is unnecessary in general, then you can actually focus in a little bit more and pay attention to Maui. I pay great attention to Maui because I have a 16-month-old son, and we show him, a lot of kid videos, kid songs, Sesame Street, things like that, including Disney songs. And one of the songs we like to watch a lot is "You're Welcome" from Moana, sung by, The Rock as Maui. Now, I've seen "You're Welcome" a great number of times, and watching it again and again and again and again, I was able to realize that Maui actually has a great power that he doesn't realize, and I'm sure that most of you don't realize either. Now, this power that Maui doesn't even realize he has actually may be his greatest, most powerful power that he has at his disposal. In the movie Moana, we see Maui display an array of powers, including the ability to transform, and those transformations include many different things. He transforms into a hawk so he can fly at great speeds. He transforms into a shark so he can swim through the ocean. He transforms into a whale and he can make great big splashing waves. He can transform into a lizard and deal on very hot surfaces. He can kind of transform into different animals depending on the situation needed. He uses these frequently through his fights and through his adventures. On top of his transformation, Maui has great athletical abilities. He can jump great distances. We see his strength is great enough to move an entire boulder with just one hand, and he does it with ease. Maui also has a great giant hook that was made by the gods. He himself is a demigod, and with this hook, he can deal great damage with strikes, and on top of that, he can even charge up this hook to do a greater deal of damage if he needs to. Now, even with those powers listed, Maui's still missing his most powerful one. If you pay attention during the song "You're Welcome," you'll notice that Maui also has the power to hypnotize. As he starts to sing the song "You're Welcome," he starts to put Moana in a trance, hypnotizing her, putting her even in a genjutsu, if you will. Shout out to my Naruto fans. Now, as he starts to sing, Moana becomes more and more entranced. She becomes more and more in a better mood, and she starts disconnecting from reality. She starts to see things that aren't even there, and he can even make her interpret different things that she's actually touching and holding. As he's singing, she's starting to see more and more different things, and he even gives her things to hold and puts things around her neck that she thinks are things that are not. Only when he traps her into this cave and shuts the door does she realize that she has been hypnotized this whole entire time. Now, a lot of people might say, hey, that's just a song, or think that's just a song, but the fact that he uses it to get her into a cave makes you know that it's real, that what's happening in that song is actually happening in the movie, and he's tricking her to go into this cave so he can trap her and steal her boat. This power would change a lot of things in the movie, including, off the top of my head, there's a scene where they have to get his hook back from that big giant crab, and they actually decide to make Moana a distraction and use her as bait. Now, using her as bait is fine, and they end up getting the hook back, but with Maui's power to hypnotize, it seems like it would have been a much more effective thing to use against this crab to really make him disconnect from reality, as they can go and grab their hook and just be on their way. With this power that Maui displays and how easily he tricks Moana, it's almost like he could use this maybe even to trick Te when they're trying to return the heart of Te Fiti. Now, the only argument you might be able to make against Maui's ability to hypnotize is that Moana's just this young girl who's been stuck on an island her whole entire life, and she hasn't really seen the world. So when she finally meets this demigod and he's singing, she could just be easily in awe. The only thing I would say to that is, as a baby, she saw the ocean playing with her and give her the heart of the ocean. So I would say maybe Moana has seen enough that she wouldn't be so easily hypnotized, and that Maui just has this great ability that really he doesn't capitalize on for the whole rest of the movie. If he realized this great power he had, that would greatly change many things that happen in the movie. But then again, that's only if you get past that. This movie really is unnecessary in the beginning if the ocean just takes the heart to Te-Fiti. And there you have it, guys. That's the first episode of It's the Little Things. I hope that you enjoyed it. I can't wait to make more of these. And hopefully you start noticing these little things in the movies you're watching. Thank you so much. See you next time.